Have you ever watched a classic film and thought, wait, what? That's exactly what happens when you dive into the behind-the-scenes world of The Apartment from 1960. This film may look like a sweet romantic comedy on the surface, but it's full of weird, surprising, and even slightly dark trivia that'll make you see it in a whole new light. First off, did you know the entire plot of The Apartment was inspired by a scandal in Hollywood? Director Billy Wilder got the idea after hearing about a real-life producer who used a low-level employee's apartment for his affairs. Wilder thought, what if we told the story from that poor guy's perspective? And boom, the movie was born. Here's something even weirder. Jack Lemmon's character, C.C. Baxter, famously strained spaghetti with a tennis racket. That wasn't a quirky screenwriter's idea. That was actually how Lemmon himself cooked spaghetti in real life. Wilder saw him do it once and told him to do it on screen. Shirley MacLaine, who played Fran Kubelik, wasn't told how the film would end while they were shooting. Wilder liked to keep his actors guessing, so she acted through most of the film without knowing whether Fran would end up with Baxter or not. The office scenes? They weren't created with CGI or mirrors. To make the office space look massive, Wilder used forced perspective. Adult actors sat up front, but as the desks got farther back, they used shorter actors, and then even kids dressed in office attire. They also used tiny furniture near the back of the set to complete the illusion. Now, get this. When the film was released, some critics found it immoral. Yup, the idea of executives borrowing an employee's apartment for affairs was so scandalous that even the Catholic Legion of Decency condemned the movie. But Wilder didn't care. He said real life was messy and movies should reflect that. Jack Lemmon got so into his character that during the scene where he's sick in bed, he actually made himself cold and miserable for real. He turned on the air conditioner full blast and poured water on himself between takes to look sweaty and feverish. The iconic scene with the broken mirror, it wasn't just symbolic. That prop actually was broken during filming, and Wilder kept it in. The cracked reflection came to symbolize Fran's shattered self-esteem, a detail that was both accidental and poetic. Wilder was a perfectionist. He made Shirley MacLaine do over 50 takes of one emotional scene. She later said she didn't even know what he wanted after the first 20, but Wilder just kept rolling. The film's apartment, Baxter's cozy, lonely home, wasn't a set. It was actually modeled after Billy Wilder's own New York apartment. He wanted it to feel real and slightly sad, so he told the set designers to copy his actual floor plan. The movie won Best Picture, but Wilder also made history by winning Best Director and Best Screenplay in the same night, something incredibly rare at the time. And it was one of the few black and white films to win after the rise of color films. Another fun fact, the name C.C. Baxter has no meaning. Lemmon asked Wilder what it stood for, and Wilder just said, nothing. It just sounds good. Lemmon insisted on giving him his own backstory anyway, calling himself Calvin Clifford Baxter on set. Fran's compact mirror became an iconic symbol after the film. But what most people don't know is that Shirley MacLaine hated the way she looked in close-ups with it. She thought it made her look sad and vulnerable, which, ironically, made it even more powerful. One of the film's creepiest details is that Fred McMurray, who plays the philandering boss Sheldrake, was actually known for playing wholesome characters. After The Apartment, women literally scolded him on the street for being such a bad man in the movie. The film almost didn't happen at all. Studio executives thought the story was too controversial, and they didn't think audiences would like a romantic comedy that dealt with suicide, infidelity, and depression. But Wilder fought hard for it and proved them all wrong. And lastly, the final line of the movie, "Shut up and deal," wasn't in the script until the very last day. Wilder and co-writer I.L. Diamond wrote it right before shooting the ending. That one line became one of the most memorable closing lines in movie history. So next time you watch The Apartment, just remember, behind that sweet romance and witty banter is a wild mix of Hollywood scandal, real-life quirks, and some serious cinematic genius.